Well, Fabio, welcome to Radio Activa. How are you, man?
I'm good. Finally, the summer is coming over here, so I'm enjoying it after the concert in Paris. I think I deserve it.
Yeah, it's absolutely well deserved. And actually, after the My Hero performance we recently saw, oh man, impressive.
Yes, I mean, it's something that we felt we had to do. Obviously, My Hero was not in the set list, but when the dramatic news came up, we said we have to do something. We're not gonna play Learn to Fly, which is the song that made us kind of popular, and we think that My Hero was the right way to honor Taylor Hawkins, and that's what we did. And I think that many people cried and anyway appreciated it.
Before we get there, I wanted to ask you how this whole idea of the Rockin 1000 started.
It started in 2015. I wanted Foo Fighters, that actually are one of my favorite bands, to come perform in my hometown. It's named Cesena. It's like in the middle of nowhere here in Italy. And Foo Fighters would have never come to such a small place. So together with some friends, we decided to put on this kind of stunt, asking 1,000 musicians to perform one of their most famous songs, which is Learn to Fly. It took like 1 year to recruit 1,000 musicians, find the money, do the video. And in the end, the video made like 60 million views on YouTube. So it became viral. And Foo Fighters saw it and they accepted our invitation and they came over to give a concert. And since then, we decided to go on and organizing concerts involving 1,000 musicians at a time. And we play in stadiums because we need like a very large space. And 7 years have passed in the blink of an eye, and now we're starting to give concerts not just in Italy but in other countries as well, like in Germany, in France, and we're planning to move to North America and South America as well.
It's never necessarily the same 1,000 musicians, or are these the ones the same from like since the beginning of the project?
No, they always change. Any musician can join Rockin 1000. They have to send a video so that we can understand whether they're good enough to perform or not. And they have to pass this online audition. It's not too complicated. And every time, and once musicians pass this selection, they can attend any of our events. They just have to be fast and quick to subscribe to the event. But every time they change, some musicians are the same, some others are new, depending on whether they want to make the experience or not.
Okay, so you have like a community of over 1,000 musicians.
Oh,
and
yes.
You contact them, you let them know we're gonna do this day, these songs, and
yes.
the ones who write first, they are the ones who perform.
Exactly. I mean, we have roughly 30,000 musicians from all over the world. And we manage everybody using an app that contains all the information about the events, video tutorials and music sheets and calendars and schedules and so on. And all musicians have to prepare and study from home. Then we do a couple of days of rehearsals, and then there's the final day with the concert. But it's all about being quick in subscribing to the event. That's the whole point of participating.
Okay, for anyone around the world who might be watching this interview, it doesn't necessarily need to be an Italian musician. I mean,
no.
I'm in Europe and I just apply.
Yeah, not at all. I mean, we have musicians from all over the world. We have musicians from Colombia, from Brazil, from Argentina, from the United States, North Africa, China, any country. They're from Mexico. They come from all over the place and they all meet. And one of the most amazing things is that we don't care about where you come from, your religious or sexual or political orientation. The only thing that matters is music and rock and roll and playing together and having fun together. That's the only point of the whole thing. So the more the better, and we are more than happy to have musicians from all over the place.
So take me back to that first performance of Learn to Fly. Uh, after putting together everything, you already mentioned it took a long time. You really thought you might be able to just manage to have the Foo Fighters going to your city?
Well, not really. I mean, in the beginning, it was like a joke, you know? When you're with your friends, maybe you drink a couple of beers too much, and then we say, okay, let's invite Foo Fighters. How do we do that? And so, okay, let's put together 1,000 people. We didn't even know whether it was possible actually to synchronize so many musicians. I mean, like 250 drummers, 350 guitars. I mean, by back then it seemed almost impossible, but we figured out a way to do it, and it just worked. And when we published the video, we didn't expect it to go that viral, but it did, and all the news from all over the world started to like talk about it. And Dave Grohl saw the video. He was like impressed, so he sent me a text message, and we met in the United States, and then he came to my hometown. I mean, it's been like an incredible, unforgettable experience.
So how was it like? I mean, you get a text message, hi, this is Dave Grohl, just like that?
I mean, back then, I mean, my social accounts were kind of exploding. I got like 30,000 emails in 2 weeks, and my Facebook and Instagram were exploding with requests of any kind. So it was very hard to pick the important ones. And I got one message one day on Twitter from the personal manager of Dave Grohl, saying that, hey, Dave wants to talk to you. But I was so overwhelmed that I didn't see the message immediately, and it took like one week before I realized that they actually wrote a message. So I said, oh my God, they might think that I don't want to talk to him because I'm too busy, or I'm too important for that. But I was just overwhelmed.
Wow, man. And then you get to meet them, right?
Yes. We took a plane with some members of my team to Walla Walla. They gave a concert in this very remote place northwest of the United States, and we all met, and it's been fun. They were very curious about how we did it, and they said, okay, we cannot just we have to accept this invitation, because I mean, there's no other chance. So they came and they gave this unforgettable concert in the biggest arena that we have in my hometown, that has a capacity of 3,000 people, you know? And they wanted all like musicians and volunteers and people who somehow contributed to Rockin 1000 to be there. So basically, we all knew each other. It was like a big party among friends, having fighters on stage performing. So it's been really like crazy days.
Oh man, amazing. I had to ask you, you get to meet Taylor.
Yes, we did. Obviously we did. He was really fun. I mean, I don't know how it happened or what happened in March. I don't really know. And we met a bunch of times, and it was always like, okay, a very nice guy and very positive and happy and enthusiastic. He was like talking about him riding his bike all the time. So I don't know really what happened, but it really made me sad. No one would expect that. It really broke my heart.
Yeah, man, I understand. Let's talk about the newest video you guys did, playing My Hero. Tell me about it.
Yes, we were somehow forced to play Learn to Fly over and over and over again, because I mean that's the song we started with. But Learn to Fly is a happy song, and we thought that it wasn't really the moment to play a happy song in this period. And Foo Fighters have so many amazing songs to be performed, and so we said, okay, let's do something different. So let's play it in a different way, because generally our songs are played all the time by 1,000 people. But in this case, we wanted to have like a more intimate start, having like 3 people, me and the other, and the two like guitar bosses, we call them gurus, to play acoustic, the acoustic version of My Hero in the beginning, because we thought it was like a more intimate, and then ask everybody to play as loud as possible, because we wanted to have that explosion at some time. So this contrast really worked really well at the stadium. People went crazy, and yes, and personally, it's been like an unforgettable experience to be with 2 of my friends playing guitar in front of like 60,000 people. I mean, I'm really not a good guitar player. I just strum some guitar, but it's been like a dream coming true, and I'm so grateful again for the Foo Fighters to give me this possibility, even if the reason we did it was so sad, but it made the whole experience really intense. It's gonna be something that I will remember for the rest of my life. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what will happen now with Dave. I mean, I know, as far as I know, I mean, he has a limitless energy, and I really wish him to find a way to overcome this. I'm sure he will. I don't know how, but I mean, he's that guy's magic for me, and I'm sure that he will find the best way to overcome this, and the most intelligent way to do so. And whatever decides, me and Rocky 1000, all the fans, we are sure that we're going to accept any decision and respect it.
Yeah, yes, Fabio, I agree. I absolutely agree. We'll see. I'm sure it will take some time before we know what will happen, and we will respect that decision. Well, Fabio, thank you very much for taking the time talking with us here in Colombia. Looking forward to see more videos and more performances of the Rockin 1000.
Yeah, and who knows, maybe one day we'll come and give a concert in Colombia. I would love it.
That would be cool. That would be great having you guys perform here in the stadium. Well, thank you. Have a nice day and go enjoy Italy.
Yeah, thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.